Hi guys, this is the other guy. I am doing a tool review today. I have here a Mong knife. This knife was given to me by my sister as a gift, and basically she went on a vacation to Southeast Asia. She went to the local villages where they sold these knives and bought one for me. So this is an authentic Hmong knife made by Mong villagers in the country of Laos. And I'll show you a little bit about this. This knife happens to sport a full tang right here. You can see the full tang traveling down. Now this is a high carbon steel knife. As far as what type of steel, I don't know, but you can see that it can rust easily. Okay, so the material here is made out of buffalo horn, and you can see the pins here that they place onto the full tang to hold the buffalo horn onto the handle. And so this is a Mong knife. I'm also Mong, and I grew up using this type of knife. Okay, if you know a Mong household, Mong family, chances are you've probably seen a knife that looks similar to this. And there's a lot of tradition with this knife. If you are Hmong, we use this knife back in the old country for everything. Chopping wood, if you have to, making huts, making bamboo bow and crossbows, making everything, cooking with it and hunting with it, bushwhacking with it, everything. And so let me show you this knife. I still use it. Even though I'm in this country, I still use it. It's very dear to me. I actually not this knife, but this style of knife. There's many facets to this knife that needs to, that I'd like to point out. The belly right here is good for, dicing, chopping meat, and stuff like that. This right here is good for small project where you're chipping off wood or chipping off things. Okay, this part right here. When I see the YouTube folks who do the review on this knife and they chop wood, they use this part, which is not the right part to use. This is actually used for chipping wood or chipping small craft or stuff like that. If you want to do the raw power begins right here. Okay, it's about right here that you want to use this part to chop wood or do hard work with it. Okay, if you use this part, chances are it'll break. Okay, that at least that's been my experience with it. This part right here is for slicing meat. Okay, and the underbelly here, the whole underbelly here, is also good for skinning deer, skinning wild pigs, skinning cow. Okay, and that's what we use for in the old country. This is good for skinning. This is good for chipping. This is good for chopping. And this part right here is good for dicing. And of course, you could dice with this front too, front area as well. The reason why Hmong knives are sharp, like this, is because this area right here is used for delicate crafts. I know that some people might shun at what I'm doing here, but in the old country, where this is the only knife that you have most of the time when you're out in the field, you would hold the knife like this, okay, and you would use it like a little small blade to do delicate tasks on crafts and delicate tasks on anything. Okay, so that's how you hold that blade. But when you want to use raw power, you don't want to chip. You want to chop. You don't want to chop right here. You want to chop right about here or here, between here and here. Okay, that's the raw power of this knife. Now, if you want to crack bones, the spine here is pretty good. This is what I would use to crack bones. About this part, using the spine. Okay, so it's a very good knife. The only issue with it is the blacksmith. Whoever forged this knife, if they don't know how to do it correctly, you'll get a crappy knife. It all goes with the blacksmith and how experienced they are. So today, I'm going to be using this knife to chop down some of the branches and tree there. And as you can see, I've already chopped down a few branches there. Okay, and I wanted to do a tool review on this. But yeah, this is a Hmong knife. I've did some research on YouTube, and we have some outrageous claims on YouTube about the Mong knife and some very nicely made review. But I hope that I can make a good review on this knife. And because I don't know the quality of the metal, I don't know if it'll break. I don't know if it'll chip. So let's do it together. If it chips, oh well. If it holds, it's great. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I'm going to do like a sharpness test. I've already used this part, so as far as being razor sharp, I don't know how it is because I've chopped down a couple branches already. So that's how sharp it is. It's pretty razor sharp right there. So let's go test it out. Okay, let's go test it out, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to speed up the whole process here, and I'm going to use, see, that's my knife right there. I'm going to use my knife to chop down as much of the branches here as possible, and after that I'm going to climb up into the roof and use my knife again to chop it down. Okay, so I'm going to put this on fast forward. I'm doing this at an odd angle. It's not good. Ideally, you want to go like this. I'm cutting across like that. It's very odd angle. Yes, I know I have other tools like a chainsaw, which is quicker, but I'm testing my knife. Hi!
What are you doing?
Chopping down my tree.
Huh?
Chopping down my tree.
Are you going to...
I'm going to chop this whole tree down.
Yeah, it's gonna ruin your...
My foundation.
Your foundation, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you have a chainsaw?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
But I'm doing I'm doing a video on Mong Knife.
Huh?
I'm showing YouTube how strong Hmong knives are. This is the knife that we use in the back country, in the old country. My sister went to Laos and bought me this knife.
Oh.
So I'm testing it.
Yeah.
Dad, it's time to eat. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so this is that knife. And it's still razor sharp. So as you can see, you never want to use this part to chop, but you want to use this part. Okay, from here to here, that's where the raw power is. Okay, and you can see the scuff here. Okay, you don't want to use that part to chop. However, you want to use this part like that. Okay, so that's just how you use Hmong knives. I'm gonna try to finish this tree with this just one knife. If I can't, I'll just use my chainsaw. But this is just a documentary about the Hmong knife and how we use it. See, the truth about this knife is that my sister bought it for me for 15 bucks from the local village of Laos. That's that. Let me know what you think. Okay, so we're gonna cut that part out. Here. That's how sharp and how powerful this knife is. That raw power that I'm talking about. Okay folks, so with the Mong knife, that's the mark of a knife chopping it away. And with my Mong knife, I'm able to basically skinny up this tree. Look. I've been climbing up the tree with my Mong knife. And that part up, I'm going to use the chainsaw from that part up. Because it's just too high and dangerous to use a knife. Needless to say, shouldn't be using a knife to do a job like this because it's dangerous. But obviously I'm doing this to show you that a Hmong knife is a utilitarian tool. And here, these are chopping marks made by the Hmong knife. That I wasn't fooling you. Here, chopping marks made by Hmong knives as well. And I'll show you how far I climbed up. Let's see, oops. Alright. So, up the ladder I go. Chopping marks made by Hmong knives. Okay. And this is no chainsaw, I'll let you know that. See? Chopping mark. And okay. Climbed up pretty high up here. Second story, and there's my bad boy, the Hmong knife. Chopping mark. Okay, so this video is to show you how utilitarian this knife can be to a person who knows how to use it. As you can see, it's still razor sharp, and it's still very good. So this is the knife that we use in our country to survive in the jungle of Laos. If you know any Hmong families, you see the knife, the Hmong knife that looks like this. This is what we use for in our country. We use for chopping wood, making bamboo house, shed, shack, cooking, hunting. Everything. This is the utilitarian knife. It's called the Mong knife. There you go. And it still holds. My sister bought it from Laos for 15 bucks. And I'm just very happy with it. Let me know what you think. Okay, sorry I'm on the second story. My son is chopping down, he's shortening the branches that I've been chopping down, so with my chainsaw. And so yeah, let me know what you think. This is the Hmong knife. Okay, thanks for watching. So, yep.